listen to some songs. And actually, I chose some songs that I was listening to in the beginning of my journey, which was very poetic for me. And I had to smile at myself. Full circle. Hmm. And that's when I had my laptop and my phone and stuff, and I had Apple Music and everything. So, I had to pull this stuff up on YouTube. And it was pretty good. It got me where it needed to get me. I really wanted to dance, but I really didn't feel like it. And I was kind of irritated at myself that I didn't want to dance. And of course, I had to let that go. Because, like, why am I going to be irritated at myself that I didn't want to dance? I just didn't want to dance. Hmm. So I'll let y'all know how I go with the surrendering part. Because I'm just now realizing what it means and what it entails. And again, I just said earlier today that I do it in doses. So I don't know. I don't know. That's a lot, you know? Because I remember almost everything. I remember a lot. Now, I do remember everything. And so my brain likes to sometimes go back. And then the old programming thoughts and voices want to say, you this, you that. You'll never this and you'll never that. And they will never this and they will never that. And of course, I know that's a lie. Like, it's saying it as if that's all it's. No, I know that. I see beyond my current circumstance. I do see my life where I am supported, loved, encouraged, missed, all for the right reasons, and all reciprocated back, cherished, enjoyed, motivated, you know? I didn't realize I was surrounded by people who didn't want to see me win until I got on this path. That's a long time. You can't get time back. That's what I keep, and I try not to think about that. Because when you think about time as the Matrix tells us, it makes you want to rush, and it makes you feel like you left behind. It makes you feel like you just lost so much time. Because time is precious. Time is the one commodity that is unquantifiable. You can't put a price on time. Time is precious. Time is priceless. And so I think about that and I'm like, wow. Like that, if that's what I fight against the most is the time aspect. The time. And that's where I really gotta, when I feel that part coming, because that can consume you and you can't let it. That's just been my struggle. So maybe it's been yours too, or maybe it's something completely different other than time. But for me, it's time. Funny thing is I never cared about money because if I did, I would never have spent as much as I spent on other people. I spent money on myself too, but I splurged on my whole family and my friends. I love doing nice things. I like making people smile. I do. So I don't. It's not that because those things they don't even they don't have none of the stuff that So it's never been about the money. It's the time. It's always the time. Always the time. And so time is an illusion, is what I tell myself when that thought tries to creep up in my head and tries to consume me. Time is an illusion. It feels very real now, don't it? I can tell you it feels real right now. It feels real to me. Because I've been sitting in an unwanted space, though. That's the thing. If I was wanted, it'd be a different type of feeling and emotion, right? But when people go out of their way to make you feel unwanted, to make you feel isolated, and you speak on it and it doesn't change their behavior, it doesn't make you want to stay here or stay in that space. And so then time becomes even more real, or it feels that way, right? So I don't know. I don't have a pen yet, so I can't write my emotions down. So you guys are my journal. I'm going to have to do journal entry, like spoken journal entry. Because right now, I'd be writing. I'm okay with sharing it with you guys, so hopefully you'll see a lesson or something. I don't know. My goal is for no one, and it's always been. Each time I tell someone about something I went through, it's always because I don't want them to go through the same thing I did. Like, don't do what I did. I've never been, even when someone says something to me and I'll tell them, no, I wouldn't do that. And I tell them why. Do something different. Just don't do what I did. Like, I'm not telling you don't do what you want to do. But if it's a situation I've been through and I already got a result from it, or I know what it will take, I'm going to tell you the positive and the negative. Because I experienced it. So don't be 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years in before you decide to love and take care of yourself wholeheartedly. Because when you do that, when you choose yourself, when you love yourself, it's going to automatically have people that you really don't want fall to the wayside. You're not going to want it to. But that's why every person on YouTube that talks about spirituality talks about people leaving. Because they do. And they will. And it's going to be the ones you least expect. And to see, the thing about it is, in my walk, I didn't leave first. No one. Actually, I held on too long. I did. In every situation, I held on too long. And I suffered for it. I held on too long. Even up to the last one, I held on too long. I had seen a bunch of the red flags, but it's like, okay, I don't know. I don't know why I do. I see them though, and I'm like, I see the red flags. And it's like, let me see again, right? Why? But that's how I've been for the last, I wasn't like that in the beginning though. So in that essence, I always have a space and time where I can go back to when it comes to reparenting myself and knowing what I'm capable of and rebuilding myself again. Because that's what it is. I never had a problem with confidence or anything like that. But when you go through something that's so traumatic and so, it's ego death. When you go through, not just talking about the people around you, I'm talking about what goes on with inside of you during this path. When you're getting closer to God and you learning about the world and religions and the government and it's everything. It's going to make you feel, I'm gonna say, a little gun shy. That's the phrase that a lot of people use when you're a little shy. When you know you're not scared to pull the trigger, but you're a little gun shy. Why? Because you don't want to make no mistakes. That's how I feel. But I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn. There was never nothing I didn't go for that I didn't want. Nothing. I'm telling you what I know and what everybody around me know. It was nothing. If I spoke on it, I went for it. But the moment black magic came in and the undercover narcissist came in, it was like I was literally taking on their karma. You know, that's the 107th law. I was taking on their karma. It was not my karma, it was their karma. And by me helping people that had it out against me, I was taking on their karma unknowingly to myself. Because I didn't know the 108 universal laws. I didn't know about the Bible. I didn't know about spirituality. I didn't know about energy, frequency, and vibration. But now that I do know, it is what it is. But please understand, overstand, and understand. If you are helping people out mentally, physically, emotionally, which will lead, all of those lead to spiritually. What happens above happens below. Just know that if things are going crazy in your life, if things are going bad in your life, if all of a sudden, listen, I'm telling y'all what I know and what my life dictated. Things was great. And then it was like there was a moment. And then after that, it was like all hell broke loose in my life where nothing went right at all. Or if it did go right, it went right for like a few moments. And then it went back to things going crazy again. It was so crazy from the time I hit 25 and I got laid off multiple times, one after another. Like I got laid off, went to another company, that company had layoff. But this was during the time in Atlanta where it was like a lot of .com companies was busting and stuff like that. But still, I still came out on top and I handled it. Then I bought my house and then all that stuff. But if I'd have known what I know now then, I would have already known something spiritually was going on. But I didn't know. And I can't beat myself up for that. I can't beat myself up for that. I was conditioned not to know. They really wanted to encapsulate my mind in religion so they can continue to feed off my energy. Because as long as I'm miserable and I'm mad, sad, depressed, then their life is fine. Because they were hidden enemies. Because spiritually, This lady I watch, I'm trying to think of her name, Dr. She said Tukopamojo. I can't say it the way she said it. Dr. Mumbi. And she calls them enemies of our souls. And it's not very apparent on this realm what an enemy of your soul look like. But I see them all the time now. Not in my life, in the people around me lives. The little quiet put downs, the little sly comments and remarks. Whether or not the people know, or whether or not you know, that's chipping away at your subconscious. It is conditioning your subconscious. When they mumble stuff under their breath, those things, those are subliminals. Be mindful of tarot readers that use subliminal messages in music, in chants, and things like that. Be mindful. For one, you don't know who they praying to and chanting to and the words that they're saying. And they can tell you what they put in them subliminal messages, but how do you know for certain and for sure? On this journey, I'm going to tell you every chance I get, trust yourself. I'm here to give you lessons on what I learned. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. You feel what I said before I even said it. You just needed reassurance or confirmation because you're coming out of darkness and you learning how to trust yourself and your judgment again. I get it. But ultimately, we have to trust ourselves. I'm glad I weaned myself off of watching tarot though, because I was addicted, y'all. Oh my goodness. It was like watching a soap opera. That's how Tarot Land was. It's like watching a soap opera. Now I watch, things to motivate me to get up and work out because I really want to be in the gym. So, and I know me saying that is the opposite of me going to get it and it coming to me and me attracting it. I get it. I'm working on all that stuff, but it's a lot going on right now. It's a lot. But I'm here for the long haul. I done come too far to turn back now. I really have. Hmm. 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 All right, my loves. I hope you are well. I send you peace of mind, healing for our soul, healing just all around, and love. Just to experience unconditional love, first from ourselves and then from outside of us. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody walking this earth. If you human, you like to cuddle. You like to cuddle. So why front and act like you don't? I like to cuddle. I love love. I've always been a fan of love. I didn't know I wasn't loving myself though. I didn't know. There's levels to this. So I will continue to love myself. I'm learning a lot about myself. And I love my pure heart. I love it. And I'm waiting on my peace back from God, but I have yet to surrender. So y'all wish me luck. If y'all got ways to surrender and y'all know and y'all been on this journey or if y'all come across some ways, let me know. What do y'all do when y'all feel it? Because today I felt the beginnings of a panic attack. And I knew it wasn't mine though, because I don't have anything to panic about. But it was emotions, and then it was because I was trying not to let the emotions out. So It was like, okay, let the emotions out because we're not trying to have no panic attack. We haven't had a panic attack in years. And I didn't start having panic attacks until I was 30. So I knew then it wasn't mine. It wasn't mine. Never had a panic attack. Why? Because I always express my emotions. But when people start going left, it was like I was in my head the whole time. Like, what the hell is going on? Until things got crazy, and then I would have an outburst, and that wasn't the way to handle it. So now I speak my mind, and I speak it just like this. Sometimes I may throw like, what the hell is wrong with you type in there, but yeah, I still speak it. I'm not carrying nobody else's burdens. I'm just not going to do it. They got to carry their own burdens. I carried mine and theirs. It's not a competition. It's just to say, if I can carry mine and theirs, then at least they can do is carry their own. They're not carrying mine. So they can carry their own burdens. I've carried them enough. And so have you. And it's going to be so hard and difficult because I don't know what burdens you carry. But if you've been carrying them for a long time, I can almost guarantee it's going to feel like death, you trying to put them down. Because you're going to feel like you letting down, or it's going to feel like it's going to be hard. It may not be hard. For some, it may not be. For me, it's been difficult. Because you love people. You love. And humans don't want to see nobody hurting. It make them feel something when they see somebody hurting. If when you see somebody hurting, it don't make you feel nothing, then that's something you got to deal with on your own. Namaste. Ashe. Mazel tov.